card up time.
Second.
Okay. I thought you were about to sit in my throne. I was gonna be like, you want to sit in my throne? Really?
I was gonna sit there. I wanted to sit.
It's my throne. It's my throne. I eat on this throne. I drink on this throne. I sleep on this throne. I piss and shit on this throne.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Listen, I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. I know Daniel's also here, but he's taking his sweet time. So we'll wait.
Well, that stays now from Sapphire games does.
Yes, that I piss and shit on this throne. You all can leave now. That was a joke. Don't go.
It's fantastic. Looks like I'm gonna go.
No, don't go. No. There he is. Welcome.
Any specific chair?
It doesn't matter. If you want to be edgy and sit by yourself all the way down there, I guess that's fine.
No, I'm gonna go over here to one of these chairs that are closer.
Okay, fair enough.
Six right here.
Don't hurt yourself on the way down.
Oh, shut up. Legs are not working. There we go. My legs don't work like they used to.
You want me to... do you want me to tie you down? Do you need someone to tape you to the chair? Like...
Baby. Hang on.
Well, this is pretty
Hey, I'm getting
complex
old, you
for
see.
meeting.
I am getting old.
If you were getting old, you wouldn't be complaining about moving so much. Anyway, thank you all for coming. I think Katsio already knows about this, if I recall correctly, but the first thing I'm going to talk about is some new affairs involving Dr. Jasper. Daniel, I think you also know about it as well, but I'll go over it anyway, for those of you who don't know.
I know of it as well.
Oh, yeah, well...
I was there. Yeah, I was
there's...
there.
Well, there's more.
Oh, okay.
So, as Celine said, because she was there, on Tuesday some shenanigans happened involving Dr. Jasper, whereas Higgs, Trin, Celine, Elbon, Enigma, and... was there anybody else?
Mega was there.
Right. Basically, there were some shenanigans involved with Elbon, and since Dr. Jasper's daughter cares about this other personality of Elbon, quote-unquote, and there was shit going on with the both of them, the doctor was like, okay, I care about you as my daughter, so I will help them with this. They went to Atlantis, which I can't fucking believe that's where he was the entire time. I can't believe Joe was right. Some things happened. A little sliver of the soul cradle made itself known, and the doctor decided to merrily poke his head in, pissing off Enigma, causing Enigma to destroy half of the city.
As you do.
Apparently, afterwards, when people left, Enigma grabbed a hold of the doctor, and it turns out that it was not at all what he was expecting. And Enigma basically sat him down and said, you could have nearly fucking destroyed half of the metaverse just by what you just did, sticking your head in there. Like, you literally almost fucking screwed up so much shit. Went into a tangent. He finally realized, okay, maybe this isn't at all what I thought it was going to be. The two made a deal. If the doctor would not touch Enigma's stuff, would leave everyone alone, and would stop, his usual bullshit, Enigma would allow him to continue studying. And would also help rebuild part of Atlantis. And I'm pretty sure he also agreed that he would help Enigma fix some of the dimensions in between dimensions bullshit that occurred with him doing that. Clover and Enigma showed up to Line Fork when I was there. And the one thing I kept being told was, you should talk to him. I didn't want to, but I did. I got his phone number, and I gave him a call. And we talked for a while. And one of the things he said was he was sorry for the shit that he had done. And I think he and I both knew that it doesn't matter what we do, it's not going to fix what happened in the past that made him do all this. With that being said, on Wednesday, he showed up to Orlando Saka. He has a warrant for his arrest / kill on sight. And I ran up to him and I said, Doc, you really shouldn't be here. And he proclaimed that he was turning himself into the police. I escorted him to the station. It was made abundantly clear that it wasn't a clone and that it was actually him, for he threatened to pull out his keyblade when Higgs proclaimed it wasn't really him. Quickly stopped him before that shit happened because, oh god, that would have caused a lot of issues. We continued our way to the police station. Tammy punched him in the face. For obvious reasons. And granted, I almost did too. Yeah, granted, I almost did too, but I don't know, something was stopping me from doing it. I don't fucking know. He made me promise him that I would take care of Nirvana. And I told him I would, because I love him. He's my brother. I gave him a hug, and then he walked into the station. And that was it.
Well, I mean, that's good. I mean, do we have the precise wording on their deal?
I didn't ask Enigma about it. Because you know Enigma's just like, I told him not to touch my shit! You know.
Okay, well, that's all I was ready to say. As long as we can get the precise wording on that deal to make sure there's no, like, some loopholes in it.
Well, he also did mention that Enigma has, like, a constant watch on him now, 24/7, and is ready to swoop down and tell him to cut his shit out if he did something that, you know, they didn't agree upon.
I mean, that's good to know. Obviously, there might be times when they're not always keeping an eye on them, but like I said, as long as we get the wording on the deal, that's fine. It's good to hear that, though, overall. If it's true, of course, and it all works out as it sounds.
And from what I'm being told, a lot of the clones now will possibly stay in Atlantis, and we'll probably rarely ever see them again. Because since the Doctor is now in jail, there's not a lot of control over them, and they're probably going to be doing their own thing, as well as taking care of his daughter.
Alright. That's brilliant, really. So assuming at least for now, Jasper has made himself a non-problem, I guess we've only really got one thing left to do, which is get the last seed for you.
I'll address that here in a bit. Right now, we gotta go over the 2 other problems that we're dealing with. It used to be 1 other problem, but now it's 2.
Okay.
Technically 3, but the 3rd one I'm not too worried about. We still have Saithuna running around, being a shitlord. He actually has made himself present and known at places like Purple Lotus, which is horrifying because he has walked in and has stated to my face that if I wasn't there, he would have easily destroyed it. Which fucking scares me, and that's one of the reasons why you'll probably see me at Purple Lotus. Because I know I say that I usually only go to talk to people. If there's people there that I don't know and I'm still there, that's one of the main reasons why I'm still there, is because of the fear of him doing something.
Okay. Some of that might be a bit of bluster, but of course we can't discount him, as I said.
And considering he's also found a way to disguise himself as a Nutheus, but there are ways to tell that it's not him. One way to tell...
Well, he starts monologuing.
No. One way to tell is to ask him what he's scared of. Grandpa is scared of the void. A Nutheus doesn't give a fuck about the void. He's scared of having a meaningless existence. So, that and another way to tell is asking him questions about my life. There came a time where I thought I was talking to a Nutheus, and I brought up Daryl, and how he and I, were planning on having a little, date together. And his first reaction was, "You're dating my dog?" Grandpa already knew that. And he doesn't refer to Daryl as his dog. So that's how I knew right away that that wasn't him either. So just asking, basic questions, asking him what he's afraid of. Should be easy to tell if it's him or not. He has shown weakness. There came a time where Uncle Joe, Clink... I think Link was there, and a few others fought him, and he became overwhelmed and he fled, with my grandfather and Daryl chasing after him. So I'm thinking that if we ever catch him, at a time where he's about to pull some shit, if we overwhelm him and just keep beating on him, giving him no breaks whatsoever, he will eventually flee. But that doesn't mean go out and look for him. Don't fucking pursue him in any way. Don't start a fight with him.
That is reasonable.
Because this man is capable of glassing a fucking planet, and the only thing that's keeping him from glassing this planet is the fact that I'm still here, so...
So, what's the other point then?
The other one is a group known as Legion. They are a group of serial killers, even though they are very fucking terrible at their job, because I have seen them... I have yet to see them actually kill a person. I have a basic description of what some of the members look like, thanks to a bounty that Higgs just placed on them. There's the Puppet Master, who uses puppets. The puppets are obviously decoys of the actual person. I have seen these puppets before in the past. They're like glowy, orange, fiery tree people things that kind of look... They kind of look like tree people with, rib cages and, fiery things like that. I've seen them wandering around at Meat Rack, but after what occurred, I think we're not going to be seeing them out and about in public as much anymore. Let's see. Vivisect, I believe is how you say this. Likes to bisect people like anatomy frogs. Overcoat Mask... Oh, yeah.
I mean, vivisection is like when you dissect someone, but they're alive.
Okay, alright. I wasn't sure how to say it properly. There's an overcoat mask. Guy with a creepy mask wears a tan overcoat, long hair from the mask. Clown guy, who doesn't wear a mask, but wears checkered pants. And, let me see here. There's one other one I think I might have missed. Let me check real quick. There is no. It's like someone who wears like the stereotypical Scream mask from Ghostface, except it's pink, and apparently they like to talk a lot.
Opposite of Screamer.
Yeah, the opposite of Scream. Um, they have gone after people, including but not limited to Yasiel, Roderick, Luna, Bento, Tots, Snowbell, Everest, and Patty. I think Patty was more or less just an interference along with Roderick. I don't think they were actually pursuing them. I think they just happened to have gotten in the way. With this in mind, I want to bring this up right now. If you guys are in a public location and you see people that, like strangers, you have no idea who the fuck they are, you've never seen them before, watching anyone that I have listed or anyone else, like intently, and you see them, follow them out, try to follow them out, try to stop them from doing anything. These fuckers are ruthless. And with that in mind,
Okay.
please be careful when you go out in Sapphire alone. Because that's their main... That's like the main place that they attack is in Sapphire.
I think I should probably ask the other question here. Are these just like normal people? Can we just shoot them and they die?
I don't think that these are normal people, because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, one of them is capable of shadow magic of some kind, or something to make themselves just kind of disappear. And these people, that's another point I want to bring up. I've already started doing it, and I highly suggest that everyone else starts doing it too. If you see someone you've never met and they introduce themselves, for now, please stick with an alias. Try to keep, whatever details you have about yourself, like, to a minimum. Like, don't list off what, like, oh, I'm super powerful, I can do this, this, and this, but I'm very weak to this. Because whoever these fuckers are, they will watch you, and they will keep note of this. They fucking went after my mom with Dragon's Bane. So they knew what they were doing.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know...
Concerning.
I know you are, but I don't know if anyone else here is. But with this in mind, there is a bounty out on them right now from Higgs, dead or alive, in the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Yep, that is correct.
So if you don't go after them alone, for the love of Jesus, I don't want anyone getting hurt chasing after them for money, especially if they're alone. It's better to just go after them as a large group. Keep an eye on each other. Keep an eye on each other's backs.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably do. Is I'll just, if I see them, I won't go after them alone.
Well, Ruby already told me how many people were interested in taking the bounty, so I think you're pretty, much covered with having a large group with you. Oh, there goes Katsio.
Oh,
No.
Never good. Brightest always does it.
Who's in charge of these people? You said it's like a group.
We don't know. I have not heard, and I don't think they've actually said if they have a leader or not. Right now, considering who the most popular one is, and the one I keep hearing about, I'm guessing it's possibly the one with the pink ghost mask, but that's still, like, just a theory, but that's, like, the main one I keep hearing about.
Okay. Then in a circumstance where you might be accosted by these guys, they're literally like serial killers, like, Jason Voorhees fuckers. Just get them to start like monologuing and see if you can get information out that way. And like, oh no, Mr. Bad Guy, you're so strong. Oh, but I could kill your boss. Some bullshit like that.
You could, but in all honesty, I don't like the idea of people just interacting with them, in all honesty. Like, I get that's a good way to get info out, but still.
I mean more if they're already trying to murder you.
Oh, that's fair.
because they're fucking serial killer. They're doing it because they get sick pleasure out of it. They're probably gonna be not as tight-lipped when they're trying to murder you.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, just be careful when you go out in Sapphire. Don't go alone. You should be safe if you're at Purple Lotus, like from the parking lot to the Uber, and all. Like honestly, because they have cameras out there and stuff like that. I know Burst keeps a camera out at all times to keep an eye on who leaves and who goes.
Yes.
And again, if you see like anyone that I listed, being watched or anything like that, you see someone follow them out, someone you've never seen before, report to staff at Purple Lotus or any other place that you're at. Fucking follow them out, just to be with them.
So, obviously, okay, thank you. First of all, thank you for informing us of these two problems. Do we have any plans to deal with the first issue?
As of right now, I am waiting for Daryl and my grandfather to talk to about it. But my grandfather and my boyfriend went off to have a talk. That's apparently going to last for a few days. I don't know why it's going to last for a few days, but that's what I was told.
He's fucking Treebeard, that's why. Anyway.
It was something serious, that's all I know. The third problem, the one I'm not too worried about, is Silas Gravestone, who is a wandering wraith who wants to kill Steel. The reason I'm not worried about him is because, one, I have not fucking seen him in months, close to a year. The last time I saw him, he was fucking around at our home bathroom, like writing, red rum bullshit on the bathroom mirror. I do know, though, that according to what I was told by an anonymous source about what would happen if Scythuna were to win against us, Silas would remain a wandering wraith. He would not kill Steel and therefore would remain wandering because he never got to do what he did. If we found a way to convince him that this was going to happen, I feel like he wouldn't be that big of an issue anymore. Again, I'm not too worried about him because his only vendetta is against Steel. But I have a personal vendetta against him because, one, Steel's my dad, and two, he used me to get to him, which is fucking bullshit. For what he looks like purple black, cowboy. Talks like a cowboy, he's got the stereotypical 10-gallon hat. Kind of looks like a shadow, but it's weird because he's a shadow, but you could tell what his features are because of the outline. He has like a very thin, purple outline around all his features. So you're also able to tell that he's got a bit of a beard. He's wearing kind of the stereotypical sort of poncho.
Okay.
But like I said, I haven't seen him in close to a year, so I doubt he'll be out wandering around in public, but that's just in case if he's ever, if you ever do catch sight of him.
Yeah, that's good to be fair.
Okay, so going on to the seed situation, the last seed, Daryl and I are still attempting to plan a day where we all go and battle him. The reason that we haven't had the chance to is because of shit that keeps happening now. Shit keeps coming up every time we make a plan, and then we have to reschedule it. Right now, thanks to Dr. Jasper turning himself in, Ruby has gotten a bit stronger, so she's been able to actually keep Scythuna at bay and keep him in his territory without him fucking any more shit up. So, thank God for that. With this in mind, like I just said, Ruby has gotten stronger. There's been a lot of changes in Dreamtopia. Um,
Hmm.
and along with something that I was recently told about what's going to happen in the future. I know I told a few people about it, but I'm still going to go over it now. Obviously, I'm not planning on this happening anytime soon. This is just in case it does happen soon, which hopefully it doesn't. It's already known that when I die, I get a get out of jail free card. Everest is able to bring me back to life, just as I did with her. The second time I die, though, I have been told that I will ascend to godlyhood, and I will become the official god of Dreamtopia. And while that does sound cool, because I'll still be around technically, it also means that I won't be around as much, and I can't interfere with metaverse affairs anymore, or affairs that aren't directly affiliated with Dreamtopia. I'm hoping that I'll be able to pull a few strings, because Eon, the god of imagination and creation from my world that I have been talking to about this, what he's been saying that that there will be times where I can pull strings. I can use an avatar to make myself interfere. But it's still not a case of like, oh, if there's a war going on in Metaverse, you could totally go fight it. No, you can't. Not like I was anyway, but
I mean, don't gods and stuff have like clerics and the warlocks or whatever to do that kind of shit for them?
and that's kind of why I bring up the avatar thing. I've already had a lot of people in Dreamtopia say that they are willing to fight for me if they have to, or are willing to go out and, visit Metaverse and help fight in different things. It's kind of scary, but I'm happy for them. But now the Dreamtopians are actually becoming more independent, I mean. Because before they were like completely dependent on me, and now they're becoming more independent, which I'm really happy about. So you'll probably be seeing them like a lot more often, like wandering around. And fair warning, if you don't like titles, they will call you Lord or Lady, because for some reason, if you are a friend of mine, you are instantly a Lord or Lady in their eyes. I don't know why. That's just something they decided.
I imagine they're more independent because you have also become more independent.
True. That is true. But there is that. And another topic to cover. I should have talked about this after talking about Legion, but this is bringing up concerns about things that has been said that Malleus has recently said to people, has done to people. Legion, what Legion has said and done, things like that. If you are being stalked, if you are being harassed, if you think you're being watched, please, please, please bring it up with us, because the last thing we need is any of us getting hurt.
Understandable. Alright.
And the reason I put Malleus in that, in that big picture is because I have been talking to Dylan, and apparently he likes to, make little jabs and threats, and apparently got really disappointed when apparently Dylan was still in Zafira after apparently threatening her. So that's kind of why I added him to that.
Okay, so what we're saying is he's a little man-child who doesn't like it if you wouldn't take him seriously.
Essentially. But you know Dylan. Dylan doesn't take anybody seriously, so...
Yeah.
I think the only one that Dylan takes seriously is Fable. Well, and friends and family, but when it comes to villains and things like that, obviously she doesn't take them seriously.
Understandable. Okay.
Alright, I think I've talked about everything. If there's anything that any of you wanted to bring up here now.
Not really on my end. Like I said, just keep us informed on the seed situation, and just try and get a written copy of what the deal was, so we can kind of see if there's any issues that might be in it, so we can prepare for those just in case. Because, like I said, it's very good if Jasper has kind of done all this, but I'm not, I don't trust it. you know what I mean?
Can we by any chance have photocopies of the quote-unquote targets? Because that was a lot of names with a lot of descriptions, and even though I paid attention, I'm not going to remember everything.
My only guess is that someone that Higgs is connected to, or Higgs himself, he must have seen these people. I could try asking him personally if he's got pictures. The thing with
probably also good.
The thing with Legion, though, that I've also noticed is the first time that they attacked, all the cameras in the area were corrupted. All the CCTV footage was corrupted. When Luna was attacked, she was with Roderick's men, and they had body cam footage that was also corrupted. So, I don't know if they have abilities that can corrupt huh?
What about synthetics then? Because synthetic memories are, memories, but they can also be removed in a lot of cases.
I'm not really sure about that either, because that's the one thing that I don't know about, is I don't know if they are, they have like an ability to do that, or they have like a special hacker with them that's like erasing all the evidence. Like, that's something that I'm not sure about either.
Okay. Do we know how many members of Legion exist?
I don't know if those are the only ones or not. I could try to ask Higgs if he has any more information. I should also bring up, Meat Rack is also investigating it. And they have stated to me that if, one or two things could possibly happen if they catch whiff of one of the members being at Meat Rack. One, they're going to beat the shit out of them, or two, they're going to let me beat the shit out of them, so...
Sounds like a win-win.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who's there that day.
Hopefully they don't run into me then.
Right.
I won't be making it back.
But yeah, I could try talking to Higgs about it. I'll talk to, I can't talk to Everest about it right now because she's still recovering from the last attack. But I could try talking to anybody else, see if they know anything, and I'll try to gather as much as I can.
Alright, sure. Okay. So anyone else got anything else to bring up of note?
It's like there is something going on with me, but I don't have enough information. So go on.
Okay.
We're about to say something.
I was gonna say don't really have anything really that important to bring up.
Alright. Katsio, anything?
Nope, nada.
Okay, with that in mind, Daniel, go ahead, tell us.
Well, I mean, I mentioned it a little bit. The only information that I have is purely theory. So there's a chance that what I tell you may not even be correct. That's why I was saying maybe I should wait.
Be prepared.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it like this. If you see someone that looks exactly like me that does not seem to be me, it's probably not me.
Noted.
Yep.
Alright. Okay, imposters. Beware of imposters.
Sus among us. If there's nothing else, meeting is adjourned. I don't have a gavel, otherwise I would hit it. Let's go get fucking ice cream.
Oh my goodness.
Well, no, for the end of the day.
I want some ice cream too.
Ice cream sounds fucking